Hello and welcome back to Thalric Plays Wizard of Legend. Today's run makes me nervous. It's a weird one, I believe. I like our council member setup though, for a change, I believe. Well, we're gonna have to wait and see how that works out. So, for our basic arcana, we've got the Chaos Crusher. We have, once again, the Frostfane Dash. We've got the Null Parade as our right click, which is weird, but strong. So hopefully it'll work out. And then we've got the Volt Pinball as our Q. We also have the Rope with the lowered HP again, so our cooldowns are lowered as well and all that stuff, so that could be good, especially in comparison, in tandem with the Null Parade. And as our relic, we have the Conqueror's Cloak, which I've never had before. So all mages and summoners have their spells limited. Only one Conqueror item can be in effect at a time. There is 3 in total, so for every basic enemy class, more or less. So we've got the rogues and the knights as well that can be affected by that. So the main issue about our right click, as per usual, is that it doesn't actually instantly deal damage, but it gets thrown out first and then it explodes and then it deals damage. The area of effect is huge though, and the damage is potentially as well just really good. I still took 40 damage there, so that's horrible. I should have just used my Q, I guess, and worked with that. So I'm also not sure what the oh boy, did not get hit. I'm okay with that. I'm also not sure what the Conqueror's Cloak actually does. So they're limited in their abilities that they have. So they're most likely not going to get their advanced ones. But what exactly are they not going to get? That's the question. Also, we've already lost 671 HP, which is horrible, and we're gonna have to figure out how to come back from that. So I'd really love some way of healing quickly early on. If we could get that, that would be cool. And I'm already staying far away from enemy groups and not running in like an idiot that I am. So yeah, we'll see. But you can see why I'm worried about this run. So this is just annoying. But I think the Null Parade is still nice. If I could get a different Arcana on my right click though, I think I'd appreciate it just for my own personal sanity. We are going to pick up the jewelry box right away though, because that is one way of healing that I've been asking for. Oh come on, really? Really? One of the big issues out of the Null Parade though is that it completely overlaps with everything else, so you don't see what's happening while the effect takes place, basically. So I don't see myself anymore, I don't see any enemies, and that can be quite the problem, I think. Visibility has been an issue in the past. I also think I wanna donate an Arcana here, but it's gonna cost us the Null Parade at this point, and that is just not something we can afford to lose. So this is not good right now. We're already down to 89 HP because of sloppy play. I mean, I like to blame the Arcana, but let's face it, it's always me. So this is just, oh boy. I need to be very careful. It's my biggest weakness is combined. I have trouble following what's going on the screen where there's a lot going on, and Null Parade just blasts the screen with a lot of effects. And that is a big problem for me. The skill itself is good, but once I throw that out there, we just completely lose sight. You see, basically, it's just for a short moment, but you just don't really see what's happening in that while that's going on. So moving through the affected area is a bit of a problem. I mean, outside of it, it's obviously really strong, and it could be exactly what we need later on as well, but I just don't know yet. And right now it's causing me more trouble than anything else. I just need to slow my roll a little bit, slow down, take things careful, and then we, oh boy, we can do this. Got a health pickup. Lovely, lovely. Can we get more of those though? I'd say Air Spinner is pretty cool. Might also be exactly what we need, but I don't think we really want to switch here. I think I'd rather... I just don't know. Because health-wise, what keeps us alive here as well? Let's see. Maybe we get lucky with an Arcana drop here. Unlikely, or I actually don't know the odds of that happening, but it could happen. Maybe we get an okay one there. My main reason for why I'm interested with this right now is the vampire. We want the healing option. So right now I could buy an Arcana and then just hope that that one gets taken and then we get her effect. So yeah, we're gonna buy the cheapest one that we can afford that she might take, which is this one. She might still take the Null Parade now, which could be a problem. Wait, let's... Okay, we lost the Frozen Bait, it's fine. So we heal again and we get the critical placebos. Not what I was hoping for. I was hoping to increase all healing out of all sources, for example. That's the one I would love the most in this case, in combination with the jewelry box. But the critical placebos is a decent enough pickup for us. We can't buy anything here anyway, so it's not like we had a choice of anything we could have missed there, but I think I'm okay with that. We got 50 HP, we got the critical placebos, which increases our damage. It cost us quite a bit, though. I mean, we lost 150 gold, pretty much. Or that's what we paid, effectively, for that, since we just bought the Arcana there. But yeah, you see what I mean, basically, with all this going on? If I throw out the right-click, and there's just a line going through it, it's difficult for me to follow it sometimes and react to things, because I might just not notice things getting shot at me quite as quickly. Oh boy, yeah, I need to stay a bit away here, because fire aura there. But outside of that, the damage is obviously amazing from this. At least it's pretty solid, I'd say. Ideally, and the knockback there. I mean, our basic Arcana is not the issue. My inability to work around a right click that doesn't actually hit something instantly, that's the problem. But that's my failing and not the game's fault here. So there's so much to learn here still. I mean, I've been playing this game for such a long time, and I mean, I'm still missing 2 achievements, by the way. There's the achievement that you play where you make a run work with the Pride rope, which is the 1 HP, I believe. So I'm not sure I'm ever going to be able to get that. At some point I might find the motivation in myself to attempt that, but I assume that's going to take a long time. Flame Cleaver could be okay. I love the idea of a Shock Assault though as well. But yeah, the other one is the speed run. So finishing a run in 25 minutes or less. I think I might have gotten close once or twice, but not on a recording run, obviously, more when I play for myself, because then I'm talking less. I might play a little bit better because I can just get all of my brain to work on the problem at hand and not part of it working on what I was trying to say here without completely failing, as we see here. But I really don't know if I've gotten close there. I think I have once or twice, but I wouldn't count on it 100%. So maybe we can get that one on screen at some point. Maybe we'll get the speed run of the century. But I probably have to go for that one on purpose as well, which so far I'm really not, so who knows. But yeah, I've got over 60 hours in the game already, and there's still stuff for me to learn. Yes, please. So this is the scariest thing we've done to date, I believe, more or less. Since right now I've got 150 HP, and that is not a lot. But if I live long enough to come back from that, we will end up with more HP than we started the run with. So we will be able to get way past the 300 that we had. So I did not really hesitate there. It could screw us, but we're on 1-2 right now. Yeah, so it's early enough that I should be able to survive this. Mostly buying the Assassin Blade because we have the critical placebos, so we increase our critical hit damage on top of our increased critical chance. Which I like the idea of. This room with the null is just pretty awesome. The Null Parade, they just die. Once again, the area of effect it does cover is pretty huge. If you get that one as your Q ability, it's also kind of fun to use. Do we want anything of this? Deafening Symbols could be fine. Analytical Monocle. Analytical Monocle is the one that gives you the HP value, isn't it? And the Crash Knight, still not my cup of tea, even on the first floor. Still highly annoying. Could you just please be... Oh boy! Be attackable. That would be lovely. I mean, we don't ever need to attack him directly, necessarily, but it would be helpful. That's for sure. Now we got him. Okay, there we go. So I'm at 78 HP. We're gonna regenerate a bit up, though, right now. I went to 158. Actually, more than a little bit. So what was I thinking about? I need to look this up. Analytical Monocle. One moment. Could you just... browser, please. Analytical. Okay, so that is the one that gives you crit chance, so we are gonna go get that. I confused that one with the Chaos Scanner, which is the one that gives you... shows you the HP of enemies. I get those two confused still. So I wanted to look it up, because I thought I might not gain anything but the HP gauge out of it, and I don't think we really need to see that. Usually, at least. It's a nice pickup if you find it, but outside of that, not that useful. Or not that needed, at least, especially if we're low on gold. So against Zeal, I'm still scared. We need to back up a bit. 1, 2, 3. Back up again. Don't we want to fight against that fire backdrop? 2. And there comes the annoying one. Oh, I tried to be greedy. When will I learn? Okay, now we need to go. 1, 2, and 3. That's fine. Okay, yeah, we're looking better. Can we... We can get her in time. Okay, so we're at 168. We go up to 201 HP already again, so we're getting closer. We also are going to switch these two right away, so now my right click is this, which I appreciate much more. A lot more or much more, something like this. And then we've got our Null Parade on E now, which is still fine. But it makes me a little bit more comfortable about the usage of my right-click ability. Especially moving into our current floor. Oh, it also destroys projectiles. Isn't that nice? I didn't know that, but I think it does. We need to... Yeah, apparently it does. At least from what it looks like right now. So that's even better. Allows me to go aggressive into groups without the danger of just getting hit by a projectile while we try to hit them. Oh, really? Wow. Wow. Okay, cool. Sure. You guys are fine, aren't you? Yeah, this is our new right click. What was it called again? The thing? Well, we still got enemies here, so let's take care of those first, shall we? Yeah, this is a really nice upgrade here. The Shearing Chain, lovely. That's pretty cool. At least for right now, it's working wonders for us, from what I can tell. Nope. See, this time I saw this guy shooting up into the air, so I knew what was coming. And I was able to evade it. There it is again. HP is getting us somewhere as well. We are approaching the 300, at which point we will have overcome the threshold. There's still some issues, obviously, with me just having 174 HP right now, but with the jewelry box and everything else that we have going on right now, which isn't much. I'm not sure what I was trying to get to there, but still, I mean, it's working, so I'm not gonna complain too much about our current setup right now. We're all dead. We've got our shop over there, so we know where we want to go next, just so that we have that as an option. We can check out the relics that are available there. We might buy some healing if it is necessary. See, this is just a very strong opening. If I can just go in there without the fear of getting hit that much, as long as I react faster than the enemies, that is, we can just hit them with that so fast, which is awesome. And then I can go in and use my E ability, so the Null Parade a lot more controlled. When I know where the enemies are when things start, it gets a little bit less confusing, I guess. The best way to describe that. discharging. Kill the ice guys first, please, and don't get hit any more than necessary. There we go. So we took one hit, but it's not too harsh. We're also just one enemy away from being able to get that. Nocturnal Sundial I might be interested in. Sure, we're gonna pick that up. I hope I don't regret it, because we haven't found our Arcana shop yet, so we don't really know what those look like so far, and that could be better. But I like the option that things might not go on cooldown, especially the Null Parade. Just imagine if we can use that 2 or maybe even 3 times in a row if we get extraordinarily lucky. I mean, it always relies on me noticing that it doesn't go on cooldown anyways as well, so not sure how likely it is going to help us, but for now I like that here. So no agent here, which is fine. I think we are going to pick up the Frost Feint at the end as well, though. Also gonna pick up the Abhorrent Cologne. Enemies have less health, but they deal more damage, so as long as I don't make too many playing mistakes, we are going to benefit from that. But right now I'm not gonna buy the Frost Feint on the chance that I need to buy some healing. It's a nice upgrade, but it's not a necessary upgrade. I'm mostly in it if we can afford to get it, basically. Got this going on. That's a horrible start. Much better. Yeah, much better. Now we've got him pretty much on lockdown. It's the same for our Q. If that doesn't go on cooldown, I'd be all for that. So we go up to 196. We're on 2-1. Yes. Still gonna buy it. Not, once again, not that necessary, and not 100% on my choice there. Maybe it would have been better to keep the gold and not go for the Feint, because it's more of a... It's a small upgrade at best, because it can freeze one more enemy, and it might cause a few more distractions between enemies, since they can attack the feints instead of me, or the clones, I should say. But it's still it feels like a good upgrade, but I don't actually, I'm not sure if it's worth it overall. But so far it has proven itself pretty okay, I think, so I went for it. And it's just the definitive upgrade in comparison to the maybe upgrade that might come later or not. And between a certainty and a maybe, I'm right now opting to go for choosing to go for the certainty. So I don't think we need any of this, really, at all. I'm a little bit interested in the double-edged cestus, but I don't think we use our basic Arcana enough for that to be worth it. And the downside that one comes with is also just too much for me right now. And because of that, I think we're going to skip that. The emergency, or the spiked emergency kit, whatever it was called, I'm not interested in at all. And the other one was the heavy anchor, something like that, which I believe increases knockbacks and stuns, but makes you slower for every cursed relic you wear, something like that. Is that the case? I think that might be it, if I remember correctly. Let me just look that up. Anchor game. Okay, anchor. Anchor of Burden. Damage and stuns are increased, but movement speed is reduced for each cursed relic owned. See, I can actually remember things. Wow. Holy guacamole, who would have thought that that day was gonna come? You guys are gonna mark that in your calendar? I'm sure will. Well, maybe. But yeah. So it's not bad, and we do have knockback as well with some of our abilities, but we do have at least one other cursed relic already. Well, we actually have 2, and you guys all know how much I dislike reduced movement speed, so I don't think we really want to afford that one. It could be too much of a problem. Weren't there the sandals in the shop, though, which could allow us to increase our speed again? I'm still not sure if it's worth it or not. Oh, that was on the last floor. Get the antiquated Tabi, which gives us a small chance to evade attacks on top of everything. I'm fine with that. And yeah, we'll lead with this. I should be a bit more careful with my gold, though. We're down to 55. I'm not sure if that is the... Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. I managed to evade the worst of things. But for some reason, for a short moment, I didn't realize, okay, what do I need to use now? What What Arcana am I going to use now to not take damage there? Luckily, we were able to just run around them. So these are fine. The Ignition Drive could be okay, but I don't think it's a necessary pickup for us. Also, right now, we might just be in a position where we can't afford to pick it up as well. That could happen. Did I? Yeah, okay, we still have to explore this little area. We're still missing our... no, we're not missing any shop. We already have all the shops. I just didn't see the one down there for a moment. We're just missing a few enemies. Ooh, boy. Note also, what hit me there? Okay, I'm not sure quite what hit me there. I didn't see it over the Null Parade. Either there was an enemy there, or maybe one of the explosive barrels exploded near me, got pushed close to us, something like that. I'm not certain. Okay, if we can get those before they can do much, I think that's fine, because sometimes this room, because of our limitation in the dashing department, is a bit weird for me, but yeah, we kept the numbers of enemies low, which allowed me to stay safe maneuvering there, I think. So we're fine. And we're getting... the game's being nice to me with the health orb pickups yet again. So we're up to 262 out of, by now, 414 HP. So as expected, we are going way beyond the 300 that we started with, thanks to the Tiny Crocodile Heart. So I love that. We're gonna fight our boss now, see what it's going to be and if we can survive. So we get the counter rogue. That is perfectly fine. Let's kill the archer first, though. If we get a chance, could you please? There we go. So I feel like I'm not really getting a lot out of the. Sometimes Arcana don't go on cooldown, so the Nocturnal Sundial, that's the word. But I might be mistaken. Maybe I'm just not noticing it as much. So we're not gonna buy anything here. We are gonna go fight our boss now, so we will be on full HP. Yeah, nothing we really need to buy here, so we're gonna save our gold for the 3rd floor. And we only have 3 relic slots left anyways, so we need to be a bit more selective in our choice there. We get Freya second, it's perfectly fine. Once again, Freya, easiest one of the bunch to begin with. Throw that out there. 1, 2, 3, and there's the 4. So that was a really easy one. Also this time around, the E did not go on cooldown, so I was able to use it twice. 3, and we throw that out there. Throw that in there for her. Oh, hi. Oh boy. Yeah, this... I saw that happening, unfortunately. Okay, we missed her window against her there. Not sure where my trouble with this all of a sudden comes from. Oh, I miscounted. Whoops. See, that's my main issue against her. If I miscount, I thought she was already through with that. But she just wasn't. Earth Knuckles, I like, but we're not gonna take. We're gonna stick with our Chaos Arcana. It's just stronger. It gives us a little bit more reach. Knockback is not as good, I guess. But once again, we don't really need the knockback. Oh, if we had picked up the monopole, didn't we have that on the very first shop? The magnetic monopole, or mystic monopole, whatever it's called. It increases knockback. With the Anchor of Burden, we could have gotten a ridiculous amount of knockback out of that, wouldn't that? I just want to see that at some point. I hope we can get that. Okay, nope, there's nothing here. I went in there guns blazing, just waiting to throw out my E. Oh, okay, we could have just left the room as well at the end there. And went to... or just, yeah, left it from this. I still always expect the room to just have one entrance and or exit. That's what I'm trying to get at, and that there's 2 entry points from time to time still. I didn't even bother to walk a little bit in there and look if there was an exit down there, because I just didn't think it was gonna happen. Hello guys, I did not see what was gonna happen, so I backed off. Okay. So what we need to remember is, right now, the mages, at least, are a little bit less dangerous since they're limited in their abilities. We don't really know yet quite how. So, have their spells limited, but we don't know what spells they can do, and at what point it starts to become an effect. Maybe I'm just not really realizing what they're missing right now, either. That could be a thing. Yeah, your spikes are not gonna hit me. Much, much better. We got kind of lucky there, I feel like, but it worked out okay in the end, so I'm not going to complain about it too much. Ooh, we didn't kill him. Don't get shot, please. Thank you. We could still lose some, yes. We could also lose some HP, but we could use some HP. That's what I was about to say. But apparently my subconscious was trying to sabotage myself here. But, well. There is also a chest in that corner, which is lovely when that happens. Because those usually contain some healing. So, thank you very much, game, for listening to the one thing I was saying and not the other one. I'm all for that. I do hate this one, though, with a burning passion, usually. Since I always struggle with the poison just right there in the middle. And the archers being far, far away. Just things being generally annoying. And, yeah, we did end up getting poisoned there, but we still made it out of the room more or less intact. Let's see if we can do something about this guy. The one giant... Wow, our damage has improved. Hasn't it? And this should start a room. Please just spawn things so that I can have fun with them. Let's see. We can throw out the double bolt pinball here because it didn't go on cooldown, which is awesome. Let's see about all this. We throw out more of this. Yeah, having the right click is so comfortable for me now. Having a skill there that I'm more comfortable with, I should say. It really allows me to go in there with having the E, not have to rely on our E too much, but getting the shearing attack here is just pretty awesome. And then I can throw it out when we have enough time and control to do it. It just makes it a lot easier to control everything and keep it where I want to have it, basically. There we go. Ooh, we get the surefire rocket. Really? That's such a lucky pickup. We're not going to go for this at all. We've got no incentive to do so. We're just going to screw ourselves, or we have a high probability at least. We're either going to lose the null parade, or we're going to lose the shearing chain, both of which... Oh, I hate that attack. Both of which I've got no interest in losing. So why would we risk that, I ask you? And if you have a good answer, please... get back at me with that. I mean, because it's fun, obviously, is the answer. Because more randomness can be interesting. But right now, I'm still not at the point where I feel comfortable enough to go with the extra added randomness. At least not always. Sometimes we do, and sometimes it works out and adds to the run. Also, could we just please be somewhere where I don't have explosive barrels lying around and threatening my very existence? Thank you very much. We'll get there at some point where I will most always go for those fun and weird things, I guess, but right now is not the day as it is, because we are struggling a bit still. I mean, it's been going okay so far, all things considering, on the floor. So it's not too horrible, but we could definitely... It is because we have this specific relic combination, or not relic, arcana combination right now. And I don't want to mess with that, because that could be the end of all. I am going to pick up the Augur of Poetry, because that one reduces damage from earth attacks. Yeah, basically. Don't think we want the Destructive Abacus, though. I'm gonna buy the healing, which might be overkill, but I'm okay with it, and then we go and fight our boss. We've got the Burst Mage, which I hate, as we all know. So let's see how that's gonna play out. Oh boy. The good thing is, our right click it doesn't destroy his projectiles, or they didn't destroy them to begin with and I was just mistaken. Either way, I'm taking way too much damage against the Burst Mage, which is why I was inclined to buy all of this to begin with. Please just die, buddy. Don't leave me here. I just need to get a stun against him. There we go. Now he's toast. And I took oh so much damage. How is that okay? At least we heal for a bunch as well. So is there a way for me to gain more health here? Not really. So we're gonna go and hope that we can come back from this again. Well, once again, we're at about half. And I mean, in terms of where we started at the beginning of the run, we're just 15 HP below max. So if we say it like that, it doesn't sound nearly as bad, does it? But I would have died if I hadn't bought the healing, I believe. So I know why I'm always careful on the 3rd floor, especially to do that. Lovely. Got a knockdown there, got a knockdown there. Don't explode. And we're fine-ish, at least. Yeah, the good thing about that is the delay as well, though. Especially in rooms like this, if we walk in and we can afford to set it up with a delay, they spawn in and instantly take damage. Which is just awesome. Okay, should have maybe... See, against those, I feel like they do destroy the projectiles, actually. So maybe it's a burst mage specific thing that we can't destroy his projectiles there, or it's once again was because they weren't actually shooting at us yet, but they were still forming. We interrupted them, which caused the projectiles to dissipate. I'm not sure which one it is. I think it might be this and not that we actually destroy them. But I've got no clue. We would need to test it out, and I need to be aware enough of it to actually test it out, I guess, which right now I haven't been. See, now they're going for our clones, which just is awesome. It gives us so much time to set up the null parade and get them completely racked. It's pretty awesome. There we go. The momentary stupidity aside, and misjudgment aside, which just get punished oh so hard on the 3rd floor, I'm feeling pretty good about our chances right now. Let's see, this is not good though. I'd love to not be right where all the shots are coming from. Thank you. Okay, we got hit once, but only once. Sparking Sprite because we can, and right now I think we're gonna leave it at that, but maybe we'll buy some healing as well. But the Sparking Sprite is just an additional damage source, which we haven't tapped into yet because we didn't have a Sprite yet. And all of that is all what I need. Oh, and we've got one of those guys that I hate with a passion. Okay, we got a nice backup though, and let's get the overkill kill. There we go, thank you so much. The mage. Go. So outside of that, unfortunately, there isn't too much. I said I wanted to talk about other stuff and not always have the stream of consciousness thing going on, basically, where I only talk about what's happening in the run at the current moment. Oh, thank you so much. That is so cool. That's gonna be very helpful. We will have to drop a different relic for that, though, but I think we have at least one that we will be fine parting with. So let's wait and see. But yeah, I just don't really know what to talk about right now, because I'm still too involved in the run, I guess, which is a good thing, but also means it just leaves me a little time to talk about different things. So I think we can actually drop the Conqueror's Cloak at this point. We're very far, and that means it's gonna have little to no use very, very soon. And I do like that, or I think I'm okay with that. We also, I think I'm gonna risk it and go aggressive. We're gonna drop the Antiquated Tabi. And instead, we're gonna go with the Sharpened Stylus, which once again increases our damage, but Signature can no longer be charged. So why did I pick that up again? Because I thought it was a different one. And now we can't use the Surefire Rocket anymore. I mean, it's still fine, basically. The increased damage is nice. It actually is the question. Considering the boss, it was a mistake to pick that up. At least I misremembered it and I thought it was a different one, so I shouldn't have picked it up. But it might want... oh no, Lancer, please don't get hit by stupid damage. That's just unnecessary. Stun him for a moment. Throw out that there. There we go, much better. But look at our damage, basically. Our damage is really good. We don't need our Q to be empowered at all. It's not horrible, but we really just don't need it necessarily. So I think the increased damage is still better. Not sure about that though, but I think once again I'm gonna go for it in this case. So we pick up the Cobalt Firestone, we go on 3-2. It's fire damage, which is okay-ish. So air is good against earth, and lightning is weak against earth. So right now our Q is weak and our right click is strong. So all in all, that could be good. We possibly should have bought the healing though, but we'll see. So throw down E. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. Now we go in, and we wreck him. Almost one-cycled him. Well, he's about half HP, so maybe a bit too confident about that. Oh, it's the big one. Can we two-cycle him, though? I'm gonna try. Yeah, okay, we're perfect there. Our damage is so high. As long as I don't become too greedy against Sura, we should be looking pretty solid here. And we finally picked up our sixth EH at the end, Arcana. Another wind one. Not that it matters too much against Sura, I guess, but I mean, it's an extra source of damage that we could use, so why the F not, I guess? Friggity frack. Let's have him do that, and this, and we go in with... Oh my god. I mean, just look at the damage and tell me this is bad. This is really fast. So we've got 450 HP, plus 75 in terms of health in the bank right now. And there's the big one. Oh boy. What? He caught me? He really caught me there? Interesting. Didn't think that would actually happen. He is back to attacking, isn't he? Yep, okay. 1. But I don't really need to counter. He goes, he's always 6, but since the Chaos Arcana still is always the last, and it's got a visual cue and an audio cue, we just hear which one it is. Oh, we missed the gap. That's still my biggest issue. Oh boy. But I stopped getting hit there. I need to pay just the right amount of attention here. Nope. I got caught in the shot, unfortunately. Let's be smart about things, shall we? And just wreck him now. There we go. Isn't that better? No need to throw this runaway yet again. I mean, we did have the revive option, I guess, but I'd rather not use it. So, there we go. Awesome. So, one thing we can definitely say is I'm usually able to get to Sura right now. I still sometimes screw up on Sura. Otherwise, we would have a decent, or an okay, my first streak ever, basically, going on right now already, if I hadn't thrown away a bunch of things over the last few episodes. But outside of that, I think I've improved a lot in a short time here with this going on. So, yeah, cool. I'm just extremely happy about that. I still have to focus a lot on the game, which, I mean, this is what it's supposed to be. But I want to get to a point where I can play this game confidently enough without having to actively think about this, and then we're gonna be able to talk about other stuff more, which is what every YouTuber, I guess, really wants to get to. That's just the point of being able to talk freely. I mean, it's the different kinds of approaches, I guess. I mean, if I play with Game Night and we record Divinity Original Sin 2, we are actively talking about the game, because there's a lot of strategy involved. It's turn-based, we talk things through, and the like. Really? Oh yeah, we didn't have another one, so it's just completely, it's still covered up there. But yeah, I guess you see what I mean here. Obviously, there's a lot to talk about here, but it's since every run follows the basic same the same basic formula. It's a different thing, I guess, at least in my mind there, where I would like to get to a point where I can talk about other stuff as well, like I try to do with the what I've been reading book-wise over the while ago, and stuff like that. So I don't know. Either way, we got another win, so that makes me happy. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please leave a like and a comment. And if you want to see me play more Wizard of Legend, just stick around. And as always, thanks for watching. I hope that we'll tune in next time, and have a nice day. Bye-bye. The speed outro.